Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, or welcome back if you're not new. I'll get my camera started here in just a moment. As you're coming in, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, and if you appreciate today's case coverage, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to become a member, the link is in the chat. It's a great way, to support the creator and to just be a member of the Titan crew. You get some really good badges, you get some emojis, we do members only lives, things like that, so it's fun. We actually did one last night. So we'll have to do that again. Last night was fun. I liked that. That was fun. Let me start my camera here. But yeah, thank you mods for being here, all that good stuff. I'll probably give it a couple minutes. More people will probably come in. It's been a pretty slow week when it comes to true crime, I feel like, and that's okay because that's a good thing, I guess. But when you're in true crime, you're just like, what do I talk about then? Hello, Isabel. Good evening, Amanda. Hi, everybody. Hey, Kay. Cat's live. She made the live. She said she made it. Princess Mega Elsa's here. Yawana's here. Good evening, Huckleberry Hound. We got some good people in the chat. We got some people in there. I like it. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. I know I saw Pamela was in here. Teresa, of course. Amanda. Oh, I didn't see up here. Okay. Oh, I love the little emojis. It's so cute. So we will talk about the Idaho 4, but before we get started, I wanted to ask you guys if there are any cases that you want to cover. You still can't join? I wonder why it won't let you join. That's so weird. It should let you join right from that link. Let me see if I can. It won't let me go to it. Let me see. If I take all this out. Yeah, mine goes right to it. That's so crazy. If you just put that in like the search bar, like if you just put or you click on like the link, it should take you right to the join now button. Let me know if anybody else has any problems with it. Because on my side, it takes me right there, so I don't want anyone to have any problems. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I want to know if you guys had any cases that you wanted me to cover. If you guys like old cases, new cases, if you want me to stick with more like current things, just things like that. Are you on your phone at Cat's Life? Is it your phone or are you on like a computer? Maybe that would help. I can get Vincent to look into it while we're chit-chatting. Yeah, we move. I know. I said that today. I was like, we move the clocks back or forward, not back, but this weekend. Isn't that crazy already? I felt like we just moved them forward or we fall backwards. We fall back, we spring forward. That's what my mom used to tell me. So I could remember, like if, whether to put them back, the clocks back or to put them forward. It's a good way to remember. But there are some cases that are coming up, and some of them I'm familiar with, some of them I'm not familiar with. So I figured that I would let you guys kind of decide what cases you want me to cover, because I'm here for you all. And I think that a lot of them are interesting. I could probably cover them all if we wanted to, but I don't want to cover cases if like you guys aren't interested in them as well. I want to make sure everybody wants to watch them. Okay, Pamela knows what's up. Pamela will help. Okay. Because I've never joined. I don't know. I mean, probably because I don't need to join, but see, that would be from like same on my phone. We'll get you figured out. iPhone. Okay. Let me see. Maybe Vincent can look it up for me. Yeah, I saw that, Isabel. So I think I'm going to do another. I know that Alec Murdaugh is like I thought we were kind of done until the financial crimes, but there's been a couple revelations that's come out. I heard that, I heard his brothers come out with some stuff, like saying like, I'm not my brother. I heard the nail tech, that was Maggie's nail tech, said that she wanted a divorce from Alec. And she's like telling, spilling the tea, I guess you'd say. And then another lady came forward and said that Alec had tried to like hurt her or something along those lines, like sexually. I'm not really sure. I didn't hear that whole story, but very, very strange things are happening. I guess they still have them in protective custody because they can't even put them in general population yet. because the case is so big still. Like they're afraid that someone's going to like hurt him, which I could see that. Lindsay Clancy. Okay, I'll put that down. That name sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. I'll have to look into that. Click on, okay. Thank you, Teresa. I'm so bad at like knowing how to do techie stuff. I'm really bad about that. So yeah, we're going to spring forward. So that's when you lose an hour, I think. I remember we would always go like because it's always on Saturday night, like Sunday morning. And we would be out like, just say like, I was in like my 20s. We got to the bar or something. And I remember we would always get yelled at like around like, 2 o'clock or like 3 o'clock whenever the time falls back or springs forward. And they would be like, if you want us to like stay open a little bit longer, we will, but you all have to be good. And we'd be like, okay. But that was back when I was like 20, 21, 22. Back when I went to the bars. Now I don't do that anymore. I don't have a life like that. What else did I want to ask you guys? There was a couple other things. So yeah, with the Gannon Stouch case is coming up. I was listening to that today. That's extremely interesting. I didn't know a whole lot about that case before today. A couple of days ago is when I really kind of looked into it. But then today I listened to 2.5 hour live on it. And it covered the whole kind of the timeline of what happened. And I was just in awe. And then Suzanne Morphew, I like that case. I think that's very interesting. Delphi they're coming up. He's getting ready to go back to court. I think March 26th, unless they changed it again. But I've done a timeline on the Delphi, but I thought I could do a deep dive and we could do we could tell the whole story, all the characters, things of that nature. And then I can always do Lori and Chad Daybell. They're going to court right now. We could do nightly updates, and I can do, a deep dive into the story because it's interesting too. Yes, just let me know. And if you're watching on replay, just let me know in the comments. It's kind of ironic and kind of funny because a lot of YouTubers are asking their subscribers, what cases do you want us to cover, things of that nature. And Bryan Enton was on his Twitter and he asked the same thing. Let me see what it said. Actually, it was right before I came on here. It said, last night filling in, because he's filling in for Banfield, heading home tomorrow for the weekend, trying to figure out my plan for next week. Any stories that need attention, DM me. So I guess we're not the only ones that are just, it's kind of slow right now, which is good. I don't want to jinx, true crime, but usually there's always something crazy going on. There's a few things I wanted to show you tonight, kind of more of a laid back live, but there's some stuff that came out. I did post some videos. They're shorter videos of the lives, maybe 4 to 6 minute videos. That way, if people don't want to watch the full hour, 2 hour live, they'll have that option. But if you guys want to watch those, that'd be great. So I will have a video out every day at 6 p.m., I believe, for until Saturday or Sunday, something like that. So it's lots of videos. Yeah. So I read that he got out of jail. So I didn't know that he got out of jail and stuff like that. I think we should do that one. I think that one's a good one. I think we should do a deep dive into Suzanne. Yeah. So it was 2020. I was reading about it today. She was just riding her bike. Well, supposedly that's what she was going to do. But beautiful woman. Beautiful. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's interesting. No bike ride. Yeah. She probably didn't go on a bike ride. That's what the story was, but it's I don't think so. So let's see what else I have on I try to make a list today. I went to the eye doctor today. So me and Vincent went to Columbus, which is an hour and a half away. And we were there all day long for one appointment. It wasn't that we just had other things we had to do. So we were there for 6 hours and I feel my brain's fried now. So forgive me. But if you're just now joining us, don't forget to hit the like button. If you guys could, when you're coming in, that really helps the channel. Channel grow. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the chat. So please drop a thought in the chat. We love that. What else did I want to show you guys? Oh, I'll have to show you guys this at the end because I'll have to look it up while we're in a video. So remember the other day, when I showed you guys that Reddit that was Bryan's Girls, like the new Reddit that came out, but they like blocked it from people to see. They privated it right when I was on it. So I was able to take like screenshots, but I wasn't able to like refresh the page or anything because I couldn't join the channel or like join the subreddit. So what I did was I privated everything on my Reddit, like my like, my YouTube, my videos and stuff like that from people seeing them. And I actually joined the subreddit and they actually let me join. I was so surprised that I thought that they would be like, nope, not her. She's YouTube or something. But so I'll have to look into it and see if they've posted anything else that's super creepy because they like to post creepy stuff over there. So I figured I would start the night off with the letter from the Goncalves family. I did post this community tab, but some people don't see it on the community tab. So I figured I would share it with you guys. Let me see here. I'll make the screen a little bigger, actually. That's better. So Jared from Adventures with Purpose, I saw on Twitter today. The time hasn't lapsed for him. Yeah, so I can tell you guys real quick because I follow SF Investigates on there because he has all the Jared Lysick like information. Let me see where it was. It says Jared Lysick's case for, this is March 8th, so that's today, right? Or no, tomorrow. Yeah, that was yesterday, sorry. Case for child RAPE will move forward. Statute of limitations has not run out. Not final, but this is what the judge is indicating. Jared's charges will stand. It says, with the final ruling of the day, the judge ruled that if Jared is found guilty, he would be sentenced in accordance with juvenile guidelines. This means he may dodge prison and being a registered sex offender, but he is still a convicted sex offender for his entire life. So, wow, they're going to charge him like he was, because he was 17, I guess, right? That's what they were saying. So that makes sense. I mean, that they would charge him. I mean, that's just the law. And they would charge him with the law when it happened. What was it, 92 it happened in? So whatever the law was for juveniles in 92 for a sex offense. I don't even want to know. I thought I saw that, Rich. Was he trying to get high off of balloons or something? I know that's so random if someone's just listening and they're not in the chat. But Rich said, hi, everyone. Standoff is over in Compton. Man high in a truck, tear gassed out 5 hours later. I thought I saw something about that. Hi, Selena. Hi, Frank. Oh, my God. Yeah, we were all in here. We were trying to be sneaky. We were doing good. We were doing so good. And then, of course, yeah, he had his mic on. He had a hot mic. So they said, actually, I remember he said that too. SF Investigates put on his Twitter that the WebEx will be, it won't be televised or whatever. So if no public will be able to see it. That makes sense because, it happened. But at the same time, I want to watch. I want to watch what happened. I know that a lot of the guys are trying to move forward, and I hope that they're able to. I really do. So I'll go ahead and read this for you guys. It says, the Goncalves family would first like to thank the media for the continued coverage of the case. It is important to keep this story alive to make sure the stories of the 4 victims in this case are remembered. It is clear from the newly released memo by Judge Marshall in this matter that she does not believe that the gag non-dissemination order applies to the victims' families. Only through the hard work of our attorney were we able to get the clarification that was needed. Our attorney, Mr. Gray, has been informed through a public filing notice regarding hearing date on motion to appeal, amend, and/or clarify amended non-dissemination order that Judge Marshall will not provide a hearing or address other issues raised in the motion until the Idaho decision is made in the above case, that Mr. Gray will once again be able to speak on our behalf. So they're waiting, for that decision to be made. like for the gag order, because they're saying, everybody's under the gag order right now, even including the victims' families. But it says he will continue to address any concerns our family has while continuing to hold the investigators, prosecutor, and all parties accountable as the family supports the prosecution of Mr. Kohlberger. We would like to thank everyone across the country and worldwide for their donations/gifts, support, and prayers. They have given us strength every day in this battle for justice. Finally, we firmly believe it was the coverage by the media of the victims' families, numerous witnesses, and undeniable evidence that led to an arrest in this case. I thought that was nice that they wrote that. Yeah, the statute of limitation stands, yeah. That's what he was saying I didn't know that he was trying to do donations. I know he did say that. He did. I think I did hear him say that, Teresa, actually. Something about, I think I heard him say something about like liking the video, becoming a member or something along those lines. I don't remember. Oh man. What happened? What's MH370? I don't know what that is, Oompa Loompa. No, it was nitrous oxide. Oh, that's funny. I didn't know when he got high off because I saw like him. It looked like he was hanging out of the car with like a balloon or something in his mouth. Man. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Lisa. Oh, that's so sweet. I have my moments. Thank you so much. That's so funny. That he was getting high up. Like, I mean, everything happens down in LA and California. Not like Compton, like Compton's not in LA, but it's like right outside of LA. But there's always a high-speed chase or a something going on. I might have to start being like Icamel and streaming those because that's some good entertainment. So, Bryan Eaton, I know I say his name wrong. I think it's Eaton. Eaton. I know it's like my accent. It just does it. The plane that disappeared. I thought that's what that was when you said it. And I was like, I knew that the letters looked familiar. I'll have to write that down. That would be an interesting one. Because that's like almost like conspiracy in a way. And I kind of like that. Oh, I don't know. I haven't heard. I knew that they were going to do it. I heard before spring semester, so. You love chases, Teresa? I'm going to have to get into that. I'm going to have to get into looking at those. I loved when we saw OJ. I remember that. And I was only like 9 years old or 10 years old. Remember my dad pointing at the TV just yelling, look at him go. I can't believe he's going to get away. That was my dad. So if you guys are just now joining us, we are talking about the Idaho 4/ new cases that we want to bring to the table. So if you guys know of any new cases, old cases, if you want to do current cases, just let me know. If you're watching this on replay, hit the replay or hashtag replay. Let me know your thoughts below. Like the video, all those good things. Subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and play. We just read over the Steve Goncalves and the family put out a letter just saying that, thank you to the media for continuing to run the story and, keeping the victims alive through the media in a way. Since the police are, putting everybody under a gag order, they can't really talk about things. They're glad that other people are still continuing to keep the word out. And I think that's, there's only I think another time that I can really think of is Gabby Petito. Like when her case was huge. I wasn't in true crime then, but I watched a lot of the stuff with her. And when her family came out, I feel like her and the Goncalves family, her family and them are just I don't know, very similar, very strong, very bullheaded, want to get answers. And I love that. So I'll go ahead and play this here and then we'll talk about it when it's done. It's only 2 minutes long.
Let's get right to the Idaho quadruple murder case. Bryan Kohlberger has officially been given the green light to add another attorney to his defense team. His current lawyer, Kootenai County Chief Public Defender Ann Taylor, made the request just last week, and a Latah County judge gave the approval. But before we dig into what that means, the family of Kaylee Goncalves is again addressing the gag order over Kohlberger's trial with a brand new statement that they released just today. They began with first thanking the media for the continued coverage in the case and stressed how important it is to keep the story alive to make sure the 4 victims are remembered. Regarding the gag order, the Goncalveses say the judge made it clear that it does not apply to the victims' families, but she won't hold a hearing on it until the Idaho Supreme Court rules on the lawsuit filed by 30 news organizations asking for the order to be lifted. The Goncalves say in the meantime, their attorney, Shannon Gray, will, quote, continue to address any concerns our family has while continuing to hold the investigators, prosecutor, and all parties accountable as the family supports the prosecution of Mr. Kohberger. They conclude their statement thanking the public for the support and saying, quote, we firmly believe it was the coverage by the media of the victims' families, numerous witnesses, and undeniable evidence that led to an arrest in this case. Okay, well, now back to the new unnamed attorney being added to the defense team. The motion filed by Kohberger's current lead attorney, Ann Taylor, specifically requests the court to appoint a, quote, additional death-qualified co-counsel. Up until now, it's just been Taylor by herself. Kohberger faces 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary, but prosecutors have not yet stated whether they intend to seek capital punishment.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider, and don't.
I wanted to do a poll really quick. That's why it was taking me a second to get back on here. Yeah, I think that plane crash would be kind of cool to cover. I mean, even the one where they landed the plane in the, like, what was it? Like in the Chicago, like the lake over there in Chicago or something. That was amazing. See, he's going to try. He's going to try to have a trial, but I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, I guess he's going to say, I didn't say that. I don't know how you go backwards, but it's so crazy. If you're just now joining us, welcome to the channel. If you guys could like the video, give us your comments, thoughts below in the comment section. All that good stuff. We'd love to have you. I'm going to go ahead and move. That's what I was getting ready to, so I'm moving into talking about them getting co-counsel for Bryan Kohberger. And that's why I wanted to do a poll, because they are seeking to get another lawyer. For some reason, I had heard somewhere that he was going to have 3 lawyers now, but I only know of 2. And so we're just going to go with 2 because that's what we know. Hey, Jim. Hey, Arlene. Hey, Sandra. Oh, it's good to see everybody. I love it. We have such a good chat here. We had a really fun chat last night too, in our members only. It was fun. It was laid back. I loved it. Talked a little mental health, talked about just everything. So this one here is the first one I wanted to show you. This one was from, I'll show you this too. This is where I get all of like my documents for Bryan Kohberger. So if anybody ever wants to look anything up on him and, get any records, you can just go to the state of Idaho here, the judicial branch. And if you just scroll down, it'll say state of Idaho versus Bryan Kohberger. And it's updated daily, which I'm just going to refresh the page just in case, because you never know. But it's updated daily. So it has the case summary up here and it says 3/9/23. And then, so the last 2 are what I'm going to go kind of through. So the first one we're going to go through is from the 2nd, but, I need your guys' help with this one, and I'll let you know whenever we get to the part where I need your help with. So it says here, motion to appoint co-counsel, the state of Idaho against Bryan Kohberger. Now comes Ann Taylor, Kootenai County Public Defender and attorney for the above named defendant, moves the court to appoint an additional death-qualified co-counsel in the above entitled matter. Saying like, hey, girl needs help, pretty much. And she wants a death penalty qualified one, like a death certified one. So she wants one that, like, to me, that sounds like it's going to be a death penalty case. Like, if they're trying to find another lawyer that's death penalty certified. I think that in the beginning, we had heard there was only 13 in the state, right? And so there's 12 if you dismiss, like, Ann. So there's only 12, I guess, in the state of Idaho that would be death penalty certified. I don't know how they're going to get, maybe they'll just have one travel up there from another county or another district or whatever. I'm not sure. But I'll show you the part that was getting me a little confused right here. This motion is made pursuant to the 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th Amendments to the Idaho and United States Constitutions. So I looked up the 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th Amendment. The 14th one is the one I'm having problems with, but the 5th is the U.S. Constitution guarantees that an individual can't be compelled by the government to provide incriminating information about oneself. They have the right to remain silent. The 6th Amendment guarantees the rights of criminal defendants, including the right to a public trial without unnecessary delay, so speedy trial, the right to a lawyer, the right to an impartial jury, the right to know who your accusers are and the nature of the charges and evidence against you is the 6th Amendment. So sorry about that. The 8th Amendment states excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel or unusual punishment inflicted. So I can see those. Now, number 14 is where I'm having problems. Has anyone ever heard of the 14th Amendment? I got notes. I've got notes for this. Okay. So the 14th Amendment is, when I looked it up, it says it granted citizenship and equal civil and legal rights to African Americans and enslaved people who have been emancipated after the American Civil War. So I don't understand why they would put the 14th Amendment in there. So if you guys know, let me know. I'm not a history buff, but I'm just like, what? That doesn't make sense. But it says your rights as protected by the 14th Amendment. It says no state shall make or enforce any law that shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States. Like, I don't know about that one. I'm reading the chat, sorry. Yeah, it would have to be. Yeah, so it would have to be one of so I think there's only like 12 left. See, Jim, I thought I heard 3, but I only know of 2. So I'm just going to say 2. I'm just going to say, so Ann Taylor is a death penalty lawyer. So she wants another one. She wants she wants another, like a co-counsel, but she wants one that's death penalty certified. So to me, if she's asking those type of questions, and she's not just saying, like, get me another lawyer, I think she's saying she needs some help. Maybe with all this evidence coming out, I don't know. Isn't that crazy? I don't know. But I do have more, just like a smaller one. So this is just this is from the 6th, and it says, the court having before it the defendant's motion to appoint co-counsel and good cause appearing now, therefore, it is hereby ordered that an additional death qualified co-counsel shall be appointed in the above entitled matter. So that means that he's getting another one. I just don't know where they're getting them from. Get him a pound of burger, yeah. Exactly. Well, I think they should have a lot. But I say give him all the lawyers he wants. If it's going, just give them all. If he wants them all 13 of them, give them all to him. There's so many, there's just so much evidence in my mind, what I've seen so far since November 13th until now. There's a lot of evidence piling up on this guy. He's either guilty or like the unluckiest man in the world. Like, after I heard he was in the kitchen bagging up to his own trash and Ziploc baggies when he was arrested, I was like, okay, hold on a second. Because I'm OCD. And I'm pretty bad about OCD. I will not, I like to wear gloves when I touch meat and stuff. I'm weird. I'm just weird. I'm a weird person. I don't like to touch meat. But I eat meat though. I love to eat meat. But I'm just like that. I don't know. It's a cleanliness thing, I guess. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm just weird. But I would never bag my trash. I would never take, if you're OCD, you're not going to touch someone else's trash to get your trash out. You're just not going to put your trash in there to begin with. You know what I mean? You're going to carry your baggie in your pocket. Oh, got my baggie. You have OCD too? My whole family has it. It's bad. Ashley, how are you feeling today? You look like you're feeling better just by your language. The girl's been sick. Hopefully she's been getting taken care of. You're scared of getting sick. I am too. I feel like everyone's getting sick. Hopefully everyone's feeling good though. So I think that I think that I don't know what Kara said actually, Coronado, what she said, but I remember one of the victims' families, I thought they weren't for the death penalty, but I'm not really sure about that. But I know that they will usually ask the families, what they want in those kind of cases. The confession, I wear gloves is part of the trust. See, I would probably do that. The commercial that's on TV and it's like the dad commercials is like, don't become this guy pretty much. And he's cleaning his garbage cans outside. Like I could see me doing that. You see, okay, I'm not the only person. Okay, see, okay, I'm not the only person who don't like to touch some stuff. That's like me. I'm alive. I just got the phone with my wife. Oh, I broke my fever earlier. Thank God. Oh, that's good. That's good. I got some flowers over here. You didn't get to see them. They're really pretty too. Well, they're dying a little bit now, but I got them on the 28th and they're still alive. I'm like, these suckers are lasting. Yeah, Bryan's not going to do good in prison either way. If he's on death row, that might be actually better for him to be by himself. You don't think he will? You think he'll drag this case out as long as he can towards the families and the victims? I think so too. But I feel like if they put the death penalty on the table, maybe last minute he might try to do something. Was it Maddie's dad, Jim? Okay, I knew it was one of the parents. Because and I thought it was Maddie's dad. And I don't want the families to be conflicted. Do you know what I mean? Because that's something that is your own personal belief. If you want someone to have that, that's something on someone else. You know what I mean? Now, if that was my child, I'll flip the switch. Or a firing, I guess they're doing firing, squads now. Give me the silver bullet, the magic bullet, one of those deals. But this case is just insane to me. And we keep on getting more information. It just keeps leaking out. 50-50. I hope he pleads that. Yeah, Teresa, me too. Oh, that sounds pretty, Ashley. I love flowers. I think I'm going to do white and yellow tulips next time for Ethan. I wish I could get them sent here. I probably could. They'd probably ship and be in a colder box or something. I think that he might have just had a dumbass attack, Jim, when he left that sheaf behind. I really do. I think that he might have just blanked out for a minute because it was at the start of everything. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what was going through his mind, but I could see that as a possibility. Maybe he was taking it out slower. Maybe, I don't know. He was not sure what he wanted to do. And then one of them woke up or they were already awake. And, he just kind of tossed it or dropped it. I just don't know. I don't know. So I'll play this next video. This one is about, Kohlberger and his attorneys. And and I think, I don't know if it's this one or the next one, but they have an attorney come on and kind of explain what is going on. Who do you think did it, Oompa? If Bryan didn't do, who do you think did it? I'd love to know. I'd love to know other opinions because you might sway me. I don't know, but I mean, I think Kaylee fought back too. I think that Kaylee would have fought back. Just looking at the food truck video, Maddie was a little tipsy. She's she reminds me of one of my girlfriends when we used to go out. She'd always get a little tipsier than the rest. So I think that Kaylee was protecting Maddie. I really do. I really, really do. Yeah, they have the knife sheath. I mean, that's just, I don't know. See, that's what I heard, and we think it was Maddie's dad that said that. And that would just be awful because Maddie and Kaylee are best friends. I don't want that to tear up their families. That would just be awful. She did. She did. She was having a fun night. She kept running into people. She was so cute. She really reminded me of one of my really good friends. we would go out, she would just be the tipsiest. But she was blonde and she was small like her, and she just looked just like her, just the way she acted, her mannerisms. So, okay, we'll listen to Bryan in here. He's been filling in for Banfield this week, so. And I may stop it kind of halfway through.
Let's bring in now Andrew Cherkasky. He is a criminal defense attorney and former federal prosecutor. Andrew, thank you for being here. First of all, the fact that Ann Taylor is now asking for a second attorney to assist her, do you think that means that she thinks the prosecution is definitely going to go after the death penalty here?
Well, I think everyone involved in this case thinks that it's relatively obvious that they will go after the death penalty. In fact, I can see no reason under the law why they would not. There are 11 factors that would justify the death penalty in the state of Idaho, and I count at least 4 or 5 of those factors being met here, assuming the government is able to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. In the state of Idaho, under the administrative code, in death penalty cases, it is required to have at least 2 death-qualified defense attorneys. So while the prosecution doesn't have to announce that they're seeking the death penalty until 30 days after the initial arraignment, which would come only after the probable cause hearing in June. So not until the end of July will we hear that. I think everybody sees the writing on the wall and they want to get their defense team in order at this point.
So we know that Ann Taylor is death penalty qualified. Idaho does not have a ton of public defenders. That's why she was brought in from quite a distance away. How difficult do you think it'll be for them to find a second lawyer for Kohberger that is death penalty qualified?
The state of Idaho maintains a roster of what we call death qualified counsel, and there's a procedure to become qualified to represent indigent people in death penalty cases. I count somewhere between about 30 to 50, definitely under 50 attorneys. There were 30, just over 30 as of last year. And so there is a relatively...
So they're saying that there's 30. So... I don't know where we got the 13 from, but I remember there was 13 at one point, and then there would be 12 lawyers death penalty certified if we, take away Ann. But I guess that there's like 30, so I guess that gives us hope. Because I want him to have as much counsel as he needs, because I don't want him saying, oh, I didn't have enough, counsel and come back later. You know what I mean? Give him all the lawyers he needs. He's going to need it. He's going to need them all. And I still crack up every time I look at this little guy, like the smaller cop of all the cops. And I think they told him to wear a white shirt that day so he would stand out, because he's the only cop with a white shirt on. Can someone explain that to me? I'm really curious about that.
A small number of individuals. Again, in Idaho, when you have that consideration of death qualified counsel, that means that they have performed a representation in a previous death penalty case and have exhibited years of experience. So I don't think that there is a large roster to choose from, but there are qualified counsel that they will have to choose from in this case.
So how does this work behind the scenes, Andrew, in terms of finding this lawyer? Is it Ann Taylor who is calling them on the phone and interviewing them? Does Bryan Kohberger have a say and they have to go to the jail and sort of talk with him and he picks who he likes? How do they choose the person?
Well, you take that roster, and then you have to look at a number of other factors that the Idaho Code requires, and that's also essentially required through the ABA, the American Bar Association, that Idaho has adopted. And you really have to look for availability. Counsel in public defender offices have maximum caseloads that they can have at any one given time, and so what I think is going to be the primary consideration is who's available for this, and then secondarily, I think it's going to be who can really come into the team to be a good second chair or the assistant death qualified counsel, assuming that that Ann is the primary and the additional counsel becomes the secondary. They don't have to have quite as many qualifications, although still have to be death qualified. Interesting.
So is it possible that Ann Taylor could become the secondary and someone else could come in and take charge of all this?
That is possible. I think that ultimately the choice and kind of determination as to who is lead counsel is a strategic team decision that's reached, and there are supervisors throughout the public defenders' offices and kind of the senior most public defenders who help organize and orchestrate the best ways in which these teams are put together. It's no different than the prosecution office. Again, in looking at the Idaho Code, the way in which the prosecution is allocated resources from the state and the counties, it really says that it has to be there has to be equity in how the prosecution has resources and the defense has resources. So really the same number of counsel, the same number of paralegals, the same number of copy machines. It doesn't have to be quite that specific, but everybody has to go into this case with resources that are fairly allocated between the prosecution and the defense to make sure that everybody's going in on what I guess you could call a fair fight.
What about the timing of this, though? We've gotten a lot of new information that's been made public with these search warrants out of Pennsylvania just within the last week or so. Does that have anything to do with it? I mean, why is she asking for this now?
I think that's a very interesting question. Is it something that the evidence suggests now turns this into a death penalty case, or shows or suggests that now all of a sudden she needs more help on the case, whereas a couple of weeks ago she thought she didn't? I don't think that that's exactly the case. I think that this is a slow process to ensure that they have the right team put together and that there are the right resources. In fact, it appears that there was just a recent new roster that was published at the beginning of March with potentially new death qualified counsel. Although that roster is not live on the internet, it suggests that it was recently passed in the early days of March, so just a few days ago. So it could have something to do with that. I think that it's really too early to speculate. Ultimately, they have to have those two counsel on the case by the time of the initial appearance. And I interpret that not as the initial appearance that's already occurred, but the initial appearance that would essentially be the arraignment that would occur after the probable cause hearing that's slated for June.
Yeah, and there's so much evidence involved in this case. I would imagine they want to get the person, appointed soon so that they can catch up on everything going on behind the scenes. Andrew Cherkasky, thank you so much for joining us tonight, breaking it down. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for watching.
Okay. So let me read the chat for a minute. I kind of I was like looking for a video I wanted to show you guys. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Alicia. Yep. The PCA is only enough for an arrest. That's the only use for a PCA. It's not their entire case. It's roughly 5% of the evidence. Yeah, they just put enough in there to get, an arrest warrant and give, I guess, us a little bit of what we need. Yeah, they're going to need, they need another lawyer. I thought, because for some reason, I thought that he already had two, but I don't know where I saw that. So, don't quote me on that. But I know that he has two now. So, I mean, he'll have two when they find him one, which I don't see Ann Taylor taking the back seat and saying, yes, sir, or ma'am, you can come on in and, take the lead on this investigation. I just don't think that. Yeah, Ann Taylor knows BK needs 5,000 lawyers. Pamela said, yeah, he really does. I think that she might be doing it now because of the evidence coming out of Pennsylvania. I mean, with them catching him in the kitchen, maybe he didn't tell her that. Maybe he failed to tell her those things and she's hearing them now and she's like, oh shit, I need to get somebody here and help me. Because I mean, one person, if I was her, no, I need help. I would say I need help. That's what I'd say. If you are trying to join the membership on your phone, I guess, let me see. Like you just have to run it like a desktop, I think, on your phone, or you have to get on like a desktop. We're trying to figure it out for you guys. But I'll put it in the chat. I think because I went there and it was fine for me. If they find BK guilty, yes, they should give him the death penalty. Yeah. No, I don't think it was the parents' victims didn't like her. I think that it was Kara Kernodle saying that she was her attorney. And to me, I know I'm not, I'm just going to say this. Kara Kernodle, she's in jail right now. Bless her soul. You know, I hope that she gets the help that she needs. But I think that she would know who her lawyer was. That's the only thing, the only problem I have with that whole argument with Ann Taylor saying that she never represented her. It came right out of Kara Kernodle's mouth. That's the only thing. Like Kara said, that's my lawyer. I gave her power of attorney. Ann Taylor. It wasn't nobody else in the defendants or in the public. I'm sorry. What is it? Public defender's office. Yeah. It was, you know, I just feel like she would know who her lawyer is. She would know who signs the paper. Okay. Say you have a paper and it has a letterhead up here, and it says Ann Taylor really big, court of law or something like that. You're going to be reading through your documents and you're going to look at the bottom. So whatever the bottom is, say it's 3 pages like this, you're going to look at the signature of your lawyer right here. I don't think you're going to look at the top of the letterhead and say, oh, my lawyer's, do you give it a, does that make sense? I don't know. I know they went to court about it. I did a video about it, but I'm just saying that's crazy. I just think that it's just crazy that, I don't know. I don't think that she should necessarily be like kicked off the case, but I think that they, like, I'm glad that they did, you know, an investigation and stuff like that. And they said that she's good. If they say she's good, then she's good. If he says she's fine with her, then she's fine. Then he's fine with her. But what I don't agree with is in the documentation, it says Kara Kernodle. It doesn't say anything though about Maddie Mogen's father being her lawyer and stepmom being her lawyer. So I don't know why they left those 2 people out, but they did. Dang it. I'll be right back. My cat wants out. Sorry. Hold on 1 second. My partner in crime left me. I didn't even know he was in here. I forgot. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like you would, I don't know. I feel like I've been to court before. It was always traffic offenses. Your girl couldn't drive when she was younger. She probably still can't drive, but that's neither here nor there. Just don't get in the lane with me. But no, like I would always get like speeding tickets or something, and I'd always have to go. And I always knew who my attorney was. And I would see the letterhead. Yeah, I would see something at the top with like all the attorneys' names or something, but I would always like know who my attorney was. I don't know. Yeah, she could just be saying things. You're right, because she has a drug problem. I just feel bad like about the whole situation. You know, like it's just it's a tough situation because then like, you know, you have other families involved. So you have like Kara, she comes out and she says that, you know, this is her lawyer. And then you have, you know, the Goncalves family, the Mogen family, the Chapin family, and the rest of the Kernodle family. They're hearing that and that's affecting them. Do you know what I mean? And they're like, well, why is she, you know, doing that? Like, why is she able to represent him? I think I would be upset too if I was one of the victim's family members, just because like you would have all those emotions already and then hear that, you know, it's just be crazy. It's AM. It's bad. Oh no, you're not too late, Bridget. I mean, we've been chit-chatting, so it's not too bad. Yeah, so they did do a court. I don't know if I did do a video on that. I don't think it's came out yet. I don't know if it has, guys. I literally just like, I've done so many videos. Like, I think I did like 6 videos for you guys. So they may come out a little bit later, but watch them anyway. Yeah, I just don't know. Oh, you just got home? I like your name, Ari. Oh, that's cute. The best attorney should do the case. I think so too. I think it's morally wrong in a way too, Sandra. That's what I feel like I just want everything to go smoothly, you know? Which, I mean, she seems very confident, which is good. I like that. I like that about her. This is just a very short video. It's only 1 minute, but I wanted to play it for you guys.
The fact that Ann Taylor is now asking for a second attorney to assist her, do you think that means that she thinks the prosecution is definitely going to go after the death penalty here?
Well, I think everyone involved in this case thinks that it's relatively obvious that they will go after the death penalty. In fact, I can see no reason under the law why they would not. There are 11 factors that would justify the death penalty in the state of Idaho, and I count at least 4 or 5 of those factors being met here, assuming the government is able to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. In the state of Idaho, under the administrative code, in death penalty cases, it is required to have at least 2 death-qualified defense attorneys. So while the prosecution doesn't have to announce that they're seeking the death penalty until 30 days after the initial arraignment, which would come only after the probable cause hearing in June. So not until the end of July will we hear that. I think everybody sees the writing on the wall and they want to get their defense team in order at this point.
Okay, I think it's going to play something else. I want to stop it.
The fact.
Okay. And this one came out today. So, okay. I like it in reporting much better than the usual, Kaylee said. I think that he likes doing true crime. I was reading. Isabel said, I have no problem sentencing him to death if I was on the jury. But I guess that he likes true crime. I guess he was doing more political things and he really didn't like that. I was reading actually, Vanity Fair came out with an article. So I'll play this in a moment. I'll tell you about the Vanity Fair article. Hey, Phantasmatic Ether. I hope you're doing good. It's been a while. Little worker. She's been a little working bee. If you guys are just now joining us, we are talking about the Idaho 4. If you wouldn't mind, hitting the like button. It really does help my channel grow. I really do appreciate you guys doing that for me. Subscribe to the channel. Put your thoughts in the chat. We are a nice chat. We welcome everybody. Welcome all opinions as long as they're just not, just don't be like, crazy about it. Don't say anything rude. But we really don't have anybody like that. I'm looking forward to it being June 26th and us finding out what's going on. And then I think they have so many days, was it 30 or 40 days to charge him with the death penalty? So then we'll know around July, they were saying. So whatever, that's not even that many days. I think they might say it on this one, actually. So I don't know if you guys have seen this Vanity Fair article, but I think I get the magazine. I get so many different magazines. If I do, I'm going to laugh. But they talk about web sleuths like Bullhorn Betty in here and how it's insane. Let me see if I can find out where it was at with her. If I can find her name. But it was like talking about Bryan, Enton, and it just like, he has to deal with, it says social media influencers, Bullhorn Betty. It says who uploaded 3 videos later, one of the Moscow victims' surviving roommates featuring a thumbnail image of Xana Kernodle's face with the words, "Why didn't you save me?" Like they're like making fun of Bullhorn Betty in this article, but they're like being nice about it to Bryan. They're like, this guy's out here with like all these crazies pretty much. And I'm just like, that's pretty funny. Like that's pretty funny. Let me see what the likes are up to on my side. Sometimes if I refresh it, it'll go up. We're up to 68. We're not doing too bad, guys. Not doing too bad. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. It really does help the channel grow. I didn't realize how much it does until I started saying it and I was like, oh my gosh, people it brings people in. And I love that. Yeah, they better put some cameras in there. I really want to. Really? Today's court hearing, they had one for her? Brain injury from what? I'm going to look into that. I listened to a 2.5 hour live about that case today. And I'm interested. Also, guys, in the beginning of the live, I was talking about different cases that you guys want me to cover. I do a lot of, if you guys are new to the channel, or if you're not new to the channel and you just don't know, a lot of the cases that we cover before we start covering them, like in the beginning, I'll do a timeline video of up until whatever I'm at. So you guys will always kind of know in the chat, like what's going on in the case. I need to start doing maybe update videos every maybe month or something when it's a big case like this. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Bullhorn Betty, but so I guess Bryan Enton said he wouldn't say anything bad about her. He said he's afraid that if he does, that she'll come to his house with her bullhorn. I'm like, she probably would. Oh yes, no, I want to. That's the one that where they said she stabbed herself, and I know she did it. The Ellen, yeah, Ellen Kate. I remember her name, Ellen Greenberg. Yeah, I've been writing some down. And then I know we have some cases that are coming up, like Delphi. I did a timeline on that, but I could do more of a deep dive. I can do old cases too. I thought about even Gannon Stouch. We were talking about that one, the Lori and Chad Daybug case. I just did a timeline video for them too. Waste of lives, but oh no, I like that case, Crystal Rogers. That's a good one. No, Scott, that's a really good one. That's a good one. That girl did not burn herself. That is a good one. There's another one. I'm getting off track. Sorry, guys. But there's another case. Phoenix Coldren, something like that. Phoenix. She's a little African-American girl. She went missing. I don't know how long it's been now, but it's been years. I'm going to have to write her name down. Coldren is her last name. Like they did a a missing thing on Oxygen. If you guys get a chance to watch it, you will want to watch every episode. You will not stop. Like you'll just want to keep watching them. It's insane to me. That case, just it's insane. Yes, that's what I heard. Phantasmatic Ether. Yeah, I saw that. I think actually Harsh Reality did a video on her today. I'll have to look. I'll have to look into that. Sarah Boone, that's another one. You guys got some good ones. See, we ain't gonna be bored over here. Oh, I bet. Yeah, I do, Ashley. That woman's done more harm than good. I can't handle her. I love Heels in the Air, like the girls that do commentary on her. It makes me laugh so hard. That's what I thought, the suitcase death. And that's just like Gannon Stouch. That's so crazy. Why are people putting people in suitcases? Like, if I could tell you one thing, if you commit a murder, right? Don't go to Walmart. Don't go to Walmart. Don't go before the murder. Don't go after. Don't go buy a suitcase at 2:00 in the morning. Like it's not suspicious, or just like, it's so crazy to me how these people are they get caught too. So I'll go ahead and play this. This is just, Bryan Kohberger's lawyers calls for backup. And I believe Bryan Enton's on this one too with her. And I will talk in the chat with you guys.
We are just months away from the hearing that so many people will be paying close attention to. The man accused of killing 4 college students in Idaho. All were found stabbed to death in their rental home near the university's campus back in November. Now we're learning about changes happening with Bryan Kohberger's defense. Senior national correspondent Bryan Enton joins us live here in Chicago. Bryan, of course, you've covered this from the very beginning. We know Kohberger is supposed to be back in court in June. So what can you tell us about these new developments?
Yeah, so June will be the preliminary hearing where we're going to get a whole lot of new information. It's expected to be about a week long. Witnesses will testify. But what happened this week, which is really interesting, is Kohberger's public defender, her name is Ann Taylor, she has now asked for assistance on the case, and she's asking for a second public defender to be appointed as co-counsel. What makes this tricky is they have to be death penalty certified and qualified to be a part of the case. And there's not a lot of those lawyers in Idaho. So they're still searching for that person to come and assist her with the case. But it shows just what a big case it is. Apparently she can't handle it by herself. She needs a second person.
Okay, so this person needs to be death penalty certified. Does that mean then should we make the natural conclusion that the death penalty is on the table?
I think so. I mean, the prosecution hasn't come out and said it officially at this point, and they wouldn't actually do that until later in the case. So that's not unusual. But all indications are they may likely seek the death penalty. We know that at least one of the victims' families, Kaylee Goncalves' family, has said they would support the death penalty in this case. Obviously, all the victims' families would likely be consulted. That's normally the way it works. But the indications are now that they'll likely seek the death penalty.
And tonight on Banfield, you will be laying out all the evidence, and there's a lot of it in this case.
Yeah, there's a lot that's come out over just the last couple of weeks with some of these search warrants that were released out of Pennsylvania, all of the items listed. There's also the new information from the prosecutor in Pennsylvania who said that when they went in, I don't know if you saw this was really interesting, when they went in to arrest Koberger, that he had latex gloves on and that he was taking pieces of trash and putting them into individual Ziploc baggies. Very strange. So we're going to go through everything from the last couple of weeks and lay it out and then talk to experts about what might be going on behind the scenes.
All right. Yes, so many people are going to be watching that trial. We know you will be covering it all, Bryan. Thank you, as always.
Thanks, Nicole.
And we have this reminder for you. Bryan Enton is filling in.
He's filling in for Ashley Banfield. I'll take that over for her. Yeah, okay, so Ashley, I remember him being alive. I remember she said they were playing a game. I remember that one now. Wow. That was, man, I feel like that was just like, what was that, a couple years ago? Not too long ago. But then again, it feels like it's been forever. But, you know, don't mess around with Florida. They're only the freaking second state in the United States that goes and just puts people on death row for fun. You murder someone, you're okay, not for fun, but you know what I mean? Like, they're not messing around. Texas is first, and then Florida is a close second, but yeah. I know Bryan Enton is like the cutest, isn't he? He's got the cutest smile. I'm jealous of his teeth. I want to keep him. Fantastic. He looks small too. And then when he was out there freezing to death and during, you know, when he was out there in front of the Idaho house, like when he moved indoors, I almost didn't recognize him. I'm like, he looks so much different because he was always so cold looking. Ashley, when she talks to police outside the apartment, she said she found him in the morning at police station, said she only left him 30 minutes. Yeah, I remember that now. That's crazy. So yeah, there's a special. So there's an ID special this Sunday, I believe. So I think it's Sunday at 9:00. I saw it on ID because that's all I usually watch, but I've been watching a lot of YouTube the last almost year. since August. It hasn't been quite a year, but it feels like it. It's because you have everyone migrate to Florida. The crime is high. I bet you it is, Kaylee. I would come down there. But no, so they're having a special on the Idaho 4 on Sunday. On Sunday, I believe it's at 9 p.m. I've never tried to stream ID before live, but I have done 20/20, 48 Hours, Dateline, Banfield, Bryan Enton, some other places. I'm sure we've done some others. Nancy Grace, I'm sure we've probably even streamed her live. I'm not sure. So I might be able to do it and get away with it. I might get demonetized, but I might be able to show it to you guys. Because I know a lot of people live in other countries and they don't get the channel or they don't have ID. And I'm like, I feel bad. So then here I come, like, don't get me in trouble. I'll have to see like how much trouble I'm already in. Oh, oops. Okay, so I'm going to show you one more video. I had actually another video we can watch if you guys want to. Bryan Enton did like a special the other night. So I did a live like 2 nights ago. We talked about the Idaho 4 and we talked about BTK and how his daughter came out and was like, said, you know, she was happy that the Idaho house was being torn down and that Bryan Kohberger's fans are just feeding into his ego, blah, blah, blah. She had all of this information. And I was like, why does she have this information? Like, who is this girl? Because she always says that BTK's her father, which is a serial killer. But she said that when he was arrested, she hasn't talked to him. Like, she's like, I don't talk to him. I haven't talked to him. I don't know him. I'll talk to him. But then she has all this like backside information. I don't know. But I found it very interesting because I like did this whole spiel for you guys. And then I walk out in the living room and literally she's on the TV with Bryan doing like a full segment. And I was like, what? I'm like, really? So Oompa said no more Bryan. But it was just like, oh my gosh. I don't think I have any Kumo. No, I just one more Bryan Enton. Sorry, but yeah, it's him at. We've actually we've seen this before almost. Well, we've heard of this before, but she wants publicity too. Yeah, I think that's what it is, Pamela. No, I haven't seen the videos they found. Yeah, it's on Investigation Discovery, which is channel 69 on Spectrum, I think. 66 or 69? Something along those lines. But I love ID. That's all we used to watch. Vincent was like not into true crime or anything. Like he was not into the TV when we were just watching it. And then and it is a lot different when you study the cases. It's completely different. But now he's really into it with me. He helps me out. Oh, so you get things a few days behind, Isabel. See, that's why you need me. 10 Eastern in Florida. Oh, is it 10? El Bean? Okay. El Beam. I said Bean. Okay. I'm like, okay, one person. I'm like, okay, let's try. We probably will try it. We'll probably try it. I did. And I don't believe anything that Roberta Laundrie says. She was trying to help her kid. And I don't know what I would do. I mean, I wouldn't help my kid get away. But I don't know if I would want to say where my kid was. Like, I don't know. That's like a hard situation to be in. I don't know. Like, as a parent, I don't know. I would be like, I wouldn't want to be like, here's money, go run and hide, and here's a shovel and burn this letter after you're done. But, I would try to talk some sense into my kid. And if he ran, I don't know what I would do. Like, I don't know. But she helped him run. He was in that home and then all of a sudden he wasn't. So that's just a little different. Yeah, bind, torture, kill. Yeah, that's who BTK was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a great father. He didn't do anything wrong. That's the father that she knew, though. She knew that, like, if you think about it, she said she hasn't talked to him since he was arrested. He literally killed for years and didn't get caught. He was a dumbass and got caught, so for her, and like, he was a family man. Wasn't he like even a member of the church or something? So like, she knows him as like a good guy, she thinks, but this is a different guy. See, Jim, you're sensible. I was always my kids, but they asked me to help bury a body, I'd call the cops immediately. I'd probably be back there with the shovel. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. But you always want to, I know that in a way you always do want to protect your children, but not, I mean, there's just something, there's always, I don't know. You would think that she would know that what he was doing, like he was going to go do something. And then I wouldn't want my kid to be like harmed. So maybe I would take him to jail. You know what I mean? Like, just so like you wouldn't be harmed. Yeah. She said it was because of like the book or something that they read. I don't believe that. He did hide in plain sight. That's the craziest part of the whole story. He was like there and then he wasn't. That's awesome. See, that sounds like me. I'd be like your mama. Sounds like a lot of work. It does. It does sound like a lot of work. Okay, so this was a happy story at the end. So we did watch a video on this before, but this is a new video and they said some more things in it. So this is about the Ethan tulips that they're planting for Ethan. Basically, they're going to like breed a white tulip and a yellow tulip, the white for purity, the yellow because it's elementary school and the Vandals color is yellow. And they're going to like breed these two beautiful tulips to make one tulip. And so I wanted to show you guys that video. They just played this last night. So they had the guy come on News Nation that did Ethan's tulips. So I thought that was really sweet. So I'll play this.
His former co-workers, they are honoring his memory and his extraordinary smile in a very, very special way. We want to talk about it. Joining me now is Andrew Miller, Ethan Chapin's former boss and CEO of Tulip Farm. So tell me, Andrew, first of all, I'm really sorry for your loss and everything that you and everyone who knew Ethan and these wonderful young people going through right now. But tell me about Ethan's connection to this tulip farm that you own.
You bet. So Ethan and his siblings lived on the farm that we worked at, and it was just this fantastic opportunity to work with an amazing young man. That was the season we were coming out of COVID in spring, and we really had an opportunity to celebrate spring and coming out of a remarkable time with the lockdown. And so we just went out and enjoyed the color together. There was about 20 or 30 of these teenagers, and they really helped us to run the farm. There's about 500,000 people that every season descend on the Skagit Valley to enjoy the tulips, and Ethan and all these kids were a huge part of that.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. The tulips are gorgeous. So tell me what you're doing now to help remember Ethan, because this is really, really important.
Yeah, as soon as I reached out to some of the kids, as soon as we found out, I reached out to some of the kids that hadn't heard what happened. And one of them, Reese Gardner, called me the next day and said, "Hey, Andrew, could we name a tulip after Ethan?" And I said, "You know what? Let's do one better. Let's name a mix after Ethan, a yellow and white mix that would symbolize the hope and the eternal aspect of white, and then the joy of yellow, and of course yellow being an important color for the University of Idaho and his elementary school here in Conway." And so we came up with the idea of sharing Ethan's Smile mix with anybody who wants to connect through color and really celebrate his joy and goodness every season. And of course, this is the inaugural season for us to do that this year.
Amazing. So there's this mix. If people are watching this and they want this mix, they want to plant the flowers, what do they do? How does it all work?
So, yeah, you can go to our website right now. It's got it, tulipvalley.com, and you can buy bulbs. The bulbs are in the ground right now. We'll ship them in the fall. At least in our hemisphere, you plant tulips in the fall, but you enjoy them in the spring. And so anybody that wants to plant this mix then can enjoy this living legacy of his joy and goodness.
Yeah, it's really neat. What do the proceeds go to, Andrew?
So the proceeds are going to the Chapin family, and they're establishing a foundation that will provide scholarships and other initiatives that really honor Ethan and his legacy, and really continue to celebrate and enjoy his smile.
His family just seems so strong in the statements that they have given, and obviously they have other children, and it's hard to imagine what they've been going through. Have you been in touch with them through this process, and can you share how they're doing?
I have been in contact. We work closely with the Chapin family. We really wanted to make sure that we got this whole idea of Ethan's Smile right. And it's so much so that Jim and Stacy have decided to come out to the farm this spring and to continue to celebrate and share Ethan's Smile with anyone who wants to enjoy it in the field, or perhaps walk away with a bouquet of this amazing mix.
Yeah, that's a really neat way to remember him. Andrew Miller, thank you so much for coming on tonight. We appreciate it.
You bet.
Thank you for watching.
I didn't know that they did that. I heard that earlier, like I listened to it. I wonder if I could look it up. Let's see. I'm trying to read the comment or your guys' chats. I hope they let the cameras in. Oh, this is pretty. I think this is it. Let me see. Can you search? I like websites when you can search on them. I'm trying to think of how to do this. Let me see, sort by. Here we go, maybe A to Z. I don't see it. I might have to look better. Yeah, I don't see it on here. Maybe I'll have to look through here better. It took me somewhere else, though. Tulip. Wasn't it Tulip Valley Farms? That's what it said. Oh, yeah. Oh, here it is. This is different. Okay. I just don't want to show you like the wrong thing. That's why I was looking. Yes. Today I was like, not to bring everyone down, but today I was in Columbus and we were going to the eye doctor and we got off the wrong exit and we went right by the hospital my mom was at when she passed away. And I hate being around that hospital. And I was like, positive thoughts. That's what I was trying to think of. I was like, positive thoughts, you know, because it's just it's kind of sad when you see that. And it's a huge hospital. It's so big. It's so massive. And I'm like, wow. Like, I was like, how did we even like, you know, find her in there? It's just so big. And I had never been there. I hadn't been there since, so. And then they're like calling this Ethan's smile, which I think is sweet. I was trying to see if like I'm trying to figure out how to I don't know how to figure this website out. I'll have to look at it. Oh wait, I can go down. I don't know. I'll have to look at that later and we'll have to figure that out. Because that would be cute to have those. I was trying to figure them. I was trying to like get them. Thank you, Pamela. We actually did a when I saw Creations Life is Too Short, I thought of like Celebration of Life for some reason, and we had one of those for my mom when she passed. We had a Celebration of Life party. We didn't have a funeral. That woman didn't want a funeral. She told me a couple years before she passed, she said, people can't look at me when I'm alive. They don't let them look at me when I'm dead. And so I said, when she passed, me and my brother were in there for like a minute afterwards. I said, we got to go because that's what mom would have wanted. So I know I don't understand it says Ethan is a hero, but what do you mean? Oompa Loompa. Nobody said he was a hero, I don't think. I mean, they're making a flower out of for him because it's called Ethan's Smile, and he worked at that tulip farm. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Oh, you found it. I don't know if I can only show it. I can't I can highlight it, but I can't like highlight it to go there. I'll have to write that down. /product/ Ethan's Smile. Let's see if I got that right. Oh, Ethan's -smile. Oh, it did take me there. Is it? Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. It's like they have a little thing here for him. I'll read this to you guys. This is really sweet. Yeah, I think I got it, Teresa. Thank you. Arlene said my younger brother who has Down syndrome all passed a year ago and I miss him every day. Oh no. My friend's little boy has Down syndrome. And I ain't gonna lie. He's a little butthole. Like he is just ornery as all get out, and no one will dish it back to him. Like, and he can take it. He can. He's like, but he's little. He's like probably like 7 or 8, but he will just dish it. He'll just give you that look. Like he gives you this look. So I'm like the only person that like I would give him that. Like I'll give him the look back, and I think now he has a little crush on me because like I gave it to him back. I was like no. I was like But I mean I don't think there's anything wrong with Ethan being called a hero. I think that he was a hero that night. I think that he, probably did everything that he could for his girlfriend. And I was thinking also, a lot of people were talking about like the food delivery and blah, 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 and all that stuff. I think Xana ordered the food because I think if anyone else ordered the food that night, that they would have put it under their name. I was thinking about that the other day. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but let me know what you think. I'm just trying to close out some of these tabs. I got so many open. Okay. So I'll read this. It's sweet. It says in October of 2021, oh, well, that's kind of wrong. Or 2022, I mean. It was November, but our dear friend and former team member, Ethan Chapin, and 3 other University of Idaho students lost their lives, leaving entire communities devastated and individuals searching for a way to help. Ethan was a beloved citizen of Conway and Mount Vernon that, like so many other local kids, worked in the fields that make Skygate, I don't know what it's called, Skygate Valley so spectacular. While working in the 2021 Tulip Festival on Andrew's crew, Ethan set up the bar for showing up with a smile and making everyone else happy to be on the job, regardless of what the weather or the work. As a strong kid with a big heart, Ethan was the kind of guy who would do the hardest jobs and never complain, usually with a smile on his face. After Ethan's death, my friends and family reached out to Andrew to see if there was something they could do to memorialize Ethan's beautiful life. We couldn't name a tulip after Ethan because that's actually really bureaucratic and involves a lot of international organizations, Andrew said. But what we came up with was even better, I think. They came up with is Ethan's Smile tulip bulb mix in his honor. This mix of yellow and white tulips has already been planted in several areas around Skygate Valley, meaningful to Ethan and his family, as well as the University of Idaho. Tulips are iconic for Skygate Valley, and a smile is iconic for Ethan. That's really sweet. So it says Ethan's Smile will be available for purchase later this year, with all profits going to Ethan Chapin's family and to build community gardens in Memoriam. I can't ever say that name. Memoriam. But that's sweet. That's really nice that someone would do that for him. I mean, that's like something that can live on forever. And that to me is very sweet. I think that's very sweet. Oh, you think BK ordered the food as a diversion? He could have. You never know. Because that door was open the next morning. I'm always wondering about that. Nothing better than greasy food when you're drunk. That's why I'm thinking like Ethan probably would have stayed awake and ate with her. Me and Vincent share food all the time. If that's what happened, Exactly. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that part. Yeah, they would know who paid for it. That's a good point. I think they need the mental support too. I think it's beautiful. I think that it's beautiful that they can go there where he used to work and feel his presence there, and then look at these flowers and see these beautiful tulips everywhere. Like the gardens are beautiful. Like just spectacular. Yeah, from his phone records. Yeah, and his phone would have been pinging from the house. I didn't think about that. Unless he had another phone. But yeah, because his phone was turned off that night, remember? So his phone, if he would have turned it on, it would have pinged. And I don't think he would have ordered the food before he went there. I love talking things through with you guys. You guys always help me have a better understanding. Isabel? I know. She or he was on one today. I won't make you go through the whole half hour with, what's her name? Let me see. Do I have anything else to show you? Let me see if they've posted anything. I like to be thorough in my work. Let's see. I don't see anything. So I think it's going to be a pretty slow weekend, which is fine. We'll have to do like another, just like another laid back chill live. I love that. I love that we did that. That was fun. Just get to know each other. We have a good group of people coming, and we do a lot of different cases. So, I mean, if you guys, that's something that if you're just listening and it's something that you're into, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video, hit, hashtag replay if you're watching on replay. We love to know your comments. I do read the comments. Okay, so I did a video. What was it? It was Xana Kernodle's mom. It was over the lawyers, just over the conflict of interest, if there was one. And I didn't even say on this TikTok, I did a TikTok. I didn't even say on the TikTok that there was a conflict of interest. I thought I posted it to YouTube also. I should check. But literally, guys, my TikTok was on fire last night. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do? Like, I don't ever get comments like this. I have like 78 comments on that video. People are like hating me. People are stitching me. Some lady stitched me. It was like, you might have a platform on YouTube, but you're not getting away with this on TikTok. And I'm like, oh my God. And all I said was, what do you guys think? Do you think there is a conflict? Like, I didn't even say that. I'm about to play the video. I'm going to see if it's on mine. Like, I couldn't believe it, guys. I really couldn't. I was like, oh my gosh, what's up with people? Was it this? Which one was it? Let me get on TikTok so I can see which one it was, because I have a couple in the same shirt. Yeah. Turn off that music because I don't want to get demonetized. Because I'm liking the video now. Let me just turn the volume down. There we go. Sorry, guys. If I can get to like view profile.
Hey
I'm just
guys,
trying to
so
find the
if you're into
video
true
for you
crime,
guys. So
if
I
you
know
guys
which
are
one.
new documents have come out in the Idaho 4 case, and I wanted to share those with you. If you want to
So,
see the
let me pull this up. Okay. So this is the video. Let me rewind it a little bit. And tell me if you guys see anything wrong with this video, because they really are coming after my soul right now for this. Okay.
new documents have come out in the Idaho 4 case, and I wanted to share those with you. If you want to see the full documents, just go ahead and go over to YouTube at TitaniumBuilt, and it'll all be there on a video. But I just want to let you know what I found out. Ann Taylor, who is representing Bryan Kohlberger, who actually represented Kara Kernodle, which is Xana Kernodle's mother, in 2017 up until now, and she's given this lawyer power of attorney over her. She's also represented Maddie Mogen's father and stepmother. Yeah, that Ann Taylor. They're saying that there is no conflict of interest. Bryan Kohlberger is happy with who he has as representing him, and they're going to proceed. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know on TitaniumBuilt at YouTube.
Someone tell me how wrong that is. I mean, I didn't think that was wrong. I was just like, dang, y'all. So don't forget to follow me. Actually, I'm trying to build my TikTok, and I'm like doing pretty good. I mean, I'm not doing that good. I have like 200 TikTokers. I don't even know what that means. 200, is it TikTokers? I don't know. But yeah, you can follow me over on TikTok at TitaniumBuilt. I've been trying to be up on my TikTok game a little better. And also I have a Twitter that I do pretty good at keeping people updated on the Twitter. And that's at Titanium_built. Somebody done took my name on Twitter. I don't know who it was, so I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, I didn't see anything really wrong with that. And I think that video that played in the background, sorry. Hopefully they don't demonetize me for that. But I was just trying to be like, fun. I don't know. Maybe I could find that stitch. Might as well have fun with it. Shoot, I hope I don't go back to any music. Okay. How do I find out who was stitching me? Maybe go here. Just go down. Look at all this. This is insane. This is the lady. It might be this one. Oh my gosh, does this girl really have this many views? I don't know if this one's it or not. If you guys know how to do look up this stitch, let me know. I don't know how to look it up. I don't think this is it.
The courts have not been able to
Let me see.
contact her. She
No, it's not it. Yeah, I don't know how to find it. But that's the girl that did it. Thanks, Kaylee. Yeah, it is. I like to bring it to people's attention. Usually, like, Summer's not in here, but there was someone today, so I was talking about I did a video and it came out yesterday, I think, about the attorneys and stuff in the conflict of interest. Well, those documents were from one was from the 2nd, so one was kind of old, but the second one was just from the 7th. So it was literally, I put the video out on the 8th and someone was like, old news. And I was like, really, guys? And so I was like, well, I'll go to your channel and check your channel out. And then Summer said like the same thing. And I think that made that person mad. But I was just like, dang. But yeah, let me go to mine. Actually, go to mine. Oopsie. I hate music on the TikTok, but that's what happens. But yeah, if you want to follow me over on TikTok, I wear the same outfit a lot, if you can't tell. Got some transition videos, little transition for you, little cat video, licking dog treats, fun stuff, clothes, surgery. This doesn't have any music. I can play this. That's just me before surgery. They're working on my eye. That's why got that going on. But yeah, that's me. I have a lot. She's a little waste, Tanya. Well, I got some stuff to watch. It looks like it's fun. This one's funny. Yeah, I didn't know that these were all on here. Wow. Okay, yeah, I didn't know all those were on there. I didn't know all those were on there. Some of them are funny. And if you guys have not watched some of my previous videos, just scroll down and go back from like August, even September and August, even like November really. But if you go past like September, those videos are like, they're pretty cute. If you want to see like a young Tanya, I feel like I didn't edit. I didn't have like a bunch of lights. I don't know, but they're cute. They're cute videos. They're more personal too. Like they're more about my trauma and stuff. So if you guys are interested in learning about that kind of stuff, that's what I have on there. I actually met a lady today when I left the eye doctor. She was leaving the same time as me. She had an eye patch on and she was older, probably 60s, I would say 70s. And, she said, oh, I heard that you said that's your second eye. And I said, yeah, I actually get my third one next year in August 2024. I'm excited. And she was like, I was like, are you just getting your first one? And she's like, yeah. And so I was telling her like little tips and tricks. And I told her, I said, when you first get it, I said, put it in, take a picture. Even if you don't like it, you'll love it. You'll love it. You'll see it later on and you'll love it. You'll appreciate it more. So yeah, she was just like, she told me, she's like, you taught me like way more than the doctors did. And I'm like, well, it's personal experience, So I was like telling her how to clean it without taking it out, stuff like that. Because I took mine out one time. Do I have that video on here? And I couldn't get it back in. So I'm literally at the hotel with glasses, the sunglasses on, because I couldn't get my eye back in. Right here. This is the TikTok. It might show you my eye, but I'm not sure.
I'm wearing the sunglasses because I decided to take my eye out, and Vincent's at his mom's. So here's my eye. Yeah. So I'm wearing sunglasses because I can't get it back in, and I need Vincent to come back to the hotel to put this bad boy back in. Good thing he's only like 3 minutes up the road.
It's really sad. I'm so glad I have Vincent. I couldn't even put my eye back in. I told my doctor about that today because he's like, when was the last time you took it out? And I said, September. And then I had surgery in October. Wow. It hasn't been out since surgery. No wonder why he had a little bit of time getting it back in. You have a bunch of TikTok videos of your cats. Aw. I only have one of my cat. I need more. Oh, my tattoo. Thank you. It means it is finished. The last words that Jesus said on the cross. It means like new beginnings. That's what I take it as. I got it after my car accident. Vincent's the best man. They do. I get backup eyeballs. Yeah. So, well, I get them. So I got one. And if I lost the first one, then I just lost it. You know, I just didn't have another one. But then they gave me, then I got a second one. I get one every 5 years. So shoot, I will take it. But they polished this one today. They just took it out and they cleaned it and they polished it and it felt so good. But when it's out, I get nervous and I don't like it. So I want it back in. Like after a few minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm missing, you know, like when you're missing like your purse or your car keys, or you like a guy, they put their wallets in their pocket. If you know you missing your phone or your wallet, you're looking around like frantic. That's how I am about that. So I heard a horror story the other day about someone losing their eye on a ride, like a water ride. Yeah. Say your TikTok name. Yeah, of course. I'll write it down. I'll look it up. I'll look you up. Vincent's a godsend. He is. He was. He is. He still is. But you know what I mean. 7 years he's put up with me. I don't know how I got him for that long. I'm doing something right. I got my pen ready. I'm over here like, I got so many names. I know. I hope he's on. He's probably on. He's probably looking. He's probably smiling. What's the Hammerschlagen? That sounds German. Oh, thanks, Teresa. You're strong, Teresa. I'm not. You are. You are, Teresa. You're probably the strongest person I know. Really. I think you are. I said something last time when I got off the live. I was like, nothing better happened to Teresa. Because we just love you so much. We are aces. We're surfing around right now. We are done with the live kind of, and we're just kind of talking. That's what we do towards the end of the live. We just kind of start talking. We hang out for a minute. People sometimes like to hear our conversations. I'm laughing. My brain would take hearing aid out, teeth out, and wig off, glasses off, and would say there's more of her out the bed than in. That's funny. That's funny. My grandmother used to, we're so OCD. Our family's crazy. But we would, like, our family, my grandmother would make the bed when my mom was still in it. She would be making the bed. She's like, can you just lay on this? And it's crazy. I didn't get it. No. If you just put, like, you just don't put, like, maybe like the link, maybe it won't let you put a link in the chat, but if you just put your name on there, I'll look you up. Is it a ball game? That sounds like a ball game. Yeah, Aces, you're welcome to join our chat. We love it. We love people to join our chat. We're pretty friendly people. We usually just talk about whatever. We just talk whatever. Ashley seems like she's feeling better, which is good. Always wear glasses. Ooh. I couldn't. There was somebody was saying something about, there was like a lady couldn't look at her mom without like her eye in or something. And I'm like, I would probably be like that if I hadn't lost my eye. I'm the weirdest person about eyes. Like putting drops in, nope, not for me. So like if I had to put one in my regular eye, I would be freaking out. But this eye, I could do whatever. I don't care. You got to go to work tomorrow, Pamela? What do you do? If you don't mind me asking. I'd love to know what you guys do. You hammer a nail into a log of wood and each person goes around, gets one swing. Okay, yes. We've played that, but it was with beer. It was a drinking game. We played at Ohio State one time. I remember hitting the wood with a nail. Wow, I forgot about that. I could see you almost losing an eye playing that. Yeah, I remember, but we did like a drinking thing. Like, I don't know, like if you didn't hit the nail, you had to drink or something. Because like the more drunk you get, you can't hit it. Which I had both eyes at the time, so. If I only had one eye, I would lose that game probably. But I'm going to jump off of here. I had a long day today. And we were in Columbus forever today. I was like, we should just live back up here. It seemed like we were living back up here. We went up because I went up yesterday. I've had 4 doctor's appointments the last 3 days. I am exhausted. So I'm good on doctor's appointments till next week, which is good. He had deflated his eye 4 emergency surgeries later. Oh my gosh. And he has better vision. Your brother is blessed, Brooke. He gets lucky like that. That sounds like my best friend. Like she's lucky like that. Thank you, Kaylee. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. If you guys don't mind liking the video on your way out, love that. I could see you working for a healthcare company. I could see that. You look like you would be very helpful, and people need that. Do you work for like an insurance company? I could see you being like on the phone with people and just being nice. So I appreciate you guys all being here. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll be back tomorrow, I'm sure. And then I have videos coming out every night at 6 p.m. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.